On the show today, we have singer and songwriter Maya, who we both grew up listening to. The Case of the X.
Yeah.
I have the album. I used to bring it with me to the hospital and for like all the surgeries. I mean, I bought other CDs as well, but Maya's was one, and I would always be listening to your music in the hospital, and that's pretty much what I was known for was what are you listening to now when the nurses would come in. So, and Lala, same thing with you.
Yeah, it was for me like I'm born in 1985, so I'm in like the millennial but Gen X kind of state, and you were huge for me. So Case of the X was it was funny because it was like when that song came out, I was dating someone, so it was very fitting for what I was going through with his ex, and I'm like, oh, we broke up, and then the next song was My Love Is Like Whoa, and I was telling her it's funny, AOL Instant Messenger when you could put an away
Oh yeah,
I
the
had the
days.
whole my love is like whoa, all those lyrics, and I had them in different colors, and I'm like, oh yeah, these guys are gonna read it and think like, oh, who's she? Her love's like this, her touch like I'm like, this is so cringy. But I loved it. You're a huge part of my teen years, and we love you.
Well, that's so amazing to hear. I don't get to hear those types of stories so often, and definitely not back then because we weren't so connected, but it's it's been a journey, right?
I know.
From our teens to 20s to grown women now.
Now we're women.
I think that the 2000s was like the best time to really grow up.
Yeah.
And it had the best music.
Yes.
Like now, I don't know, everything just seems it's real, obviously, but
All
it
over the
just seems
place. Oh,
different.
yeah.
Very honest in some ways, but also less vulnerable, maybe. But, who knows? I guess there's a lot more of the rebel music happening today, I'd
Yeah,
say.
definitely.
We definitely had it in our day, but just probably not so much.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So your new album, Retrospect,
Mhm.
reflects on your journey as an artist. And like I said before, Just Call My Name is my favorite song off your album. But what are you most proud of with that album?
For the album, I'm just so proud of digging into a space that made me fall in love with music. Growing up as a 70s baby, in my living room, I fell in love with music there first. My father was my first example with his musicians that were always over. And those were the songs that brought instant joy to my life. Of course, stapled memories forever. And also got me through the pandemic because that's literally what my playlists on Spotify sounded like. So I'm really proud of just tapping into my truth and my joy. My previous albums were TKO and Smooth Jones, and they were more rooted in the slow jams for my R&B lovers and my crowd that grew up with me, making babies now and falling in real, mature love. So those two albums were different. So Retrospect, of course, brings the joy, the elements of my living room, the fun, the dance, the party, the personality, and in a special time and era that I so know because I was there. Late 70s into the early mid 80s, like was my childhood. So I'm so proud of that. And personally, just perseverance and resilience. Yeah.
Yeah. And you've been in the industry since you were a teenager. And what has been the biggest lesson that you've learned in staying true to yourself?
Hmm. Well, I think staying true to yourself is a challenge when you're getting to learn yourself, right? In front
Yep.
of the world. There's a whole different dynamic added on top of that. And I say giving grace to my younger self as I figure, first of all, the territory, this new territory and landscape of what this whole thing is, of the industry, speaking up for myself in a way that hopefully doesn't offend some, but the egos are still there. But holding on to you. And sometimes that means pulling back and pacing yourself and saying no to a lot of things. But I'm really proud of that young girl who just figured it out. And I think time has been on my side, obviously. Not everything was perfect. I think the lesson is also to just go for it, even when things are not perfect and everything is not known. I think stifling yourself is because or caused by not taking the risk. So that's always the lesson that I hold on to, even as an adult. Even if it's not perfect, just go for it.
I love that.
It's so true.
It is true, and it's hard. It's hard to be okay with that or to trust that sometimes. And you're like, oh,
Yeah.
you
And
want
sometimes there's a mess and a disaster that comes from
yeah,
it, but also a lesson,
a lesson.
right?
Yes.
Yes, yes, the best lesson sometimes.
And I think that's what people are afraid of
Yeah.
is the
The mess.
mess,
Mm-hmm.
and screwing up
Yeah,
and
and the judgment and criticism that comes from that.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you had to do
Lots.
that in the public eye.
Yeah.
Yeah, all of us teen girlies did, guys too.
Mm-hmm.
But I
Yeah.
think the world is a lot more harsh to women
Women.
and
Yeah.
perfectionism.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
especially during that time. Nowadays, mess is embraced. Your personal life can be on Front Street and people love it. But back then, we're just coming off of the Whitneys, the Mariahs, and the Toni Braxtons and the big ballads, Celine Dion's of the world, and perfectionism was a big thing. So I was in the transitional stage where, you know, that's still an expectation, but probably not as much with my genre
Yeah.
and age.
And I think I feel for you guys because it's just even now with social media being so out there and people filming everything. And I just this is a little side story, but Shakira just had a big show that I went to. She did amazing, amazing. And someone took a picture or zoomed in on her feet, and it's all over the internet that she didn't get a pedicure. And I'm just sitting there, I'm like, this poor woman, she just put a big show, and I feel for you guys because like you're doing your best out there, you're out singing and dancing, and then someone is gonna notice the silliest thing, and
Blow it up.
blow it up on, so I think it's back then it was different, and now there's different things they got to worry about where they're like, oh, oh my gosh, like now they're looking at this or that, and I really feel for everyone in the spotlight that you get nitpicked on little
Yeah,
things.
even when everything is perfect,
Yeah.
there are awful comments. So you can't avoid it. And that's also what the new world has taught me.
Mm-hmm.
So you take it with a grain of salt, and that you're not the only one going through these minute things, because, of course, there's so much more in the world happening that's very serious
Yeah.
to worry about and be concerned with. So
Yeah. Oh,
very interesting.
yeah, yeah. I feel
It's
for you.
just it's crazy what people harp on.
I know. I don't know.
Miserable people, and it probably makes us all feel better to laugh at something. I love comedy for
Yeah.
those
Yeah.
reasons, not when it comes to tearing someone else down for any reason. But, I think there's a lot of projection, and that highlights
Mm-hmm.
a lot of what that person that's very critical or judgmental, keyboard warrior,
Yeah.
is going through, or how they see themselves or
True.
some of their dramas undealt with. So that's the world we live in now,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
magnified and multiplied.
Yes.
Yes, exactly.
So when people look at your career, they see the awards, the hit songs, and the performances. But what's a chapter of your journey that you wish people knew more about?
That's a great question.
What you think of?
Ah, I would say, on a surface level, that's what your supporters or spectators get to see. I really love the process behind the scenes. That's where most of the work, if not 90%, happens 24/7. Even in sleep, sleep is huge for recovery, but it's not just a full-time business, it's an overtime business. And in previous, interviews, I've mentioned that it's 90% business and logistics and contracts, negotiations, paperwork, all the moving parts, getting travel and documents and all kinds of things, rehearsals together, fittings. What does a fitting look like? Tailoring, getting to the spot, meaning a day and a half of travel and setting up shop and living at the venue the day of show and not leaving. There are meet and greets, there are interviews, going from media to media outlet, all kinds of things behind the scenes is really something interesting for me to see actually what goes on in all the mechanics, and then all of the roles, because it's not just about the artist, it's about the team. It's a
Mhm.
unit. What are the other roles that an artist may have to play or other team members may have to play just to make the simplest thing happen and making it look easy? After you're exhausted, 72 hours of no sleep. Those are the really interesting things for me. And I think watching that process is something that I've always wanted to see myself as a spectator, but share.
Yeah.
I think that would be really interesting. And there's a lot more respect putting your name when you actually see the real work
Yeah, yeah.
that goes into it. The performance part is like the cherry on top and the real reward for artists that love to perform like myself.
Mhm.
That's my treat at the end of the day after doing all of the other legwork, which is
Yeah.
kind of boring,
I
right?
think, I mean, you're performing at Mohegan Sun, and I was told you have a 75-minute performance.
I do.
And it's not just, and this is what our show is about life beyond the mic, the stage, the lights. And a lot of people think that artists just show up like 2 hours early, they get their hair and makeup done, they get free dinner, they go on stage, perform, and leave.
Some
That,
do.
Well, yeah, that's
well, yes, some do.
how like
Many
people.
rappers.
Yes. But you, most artists are not like that.
Yeah,
Sorry.
many, that care or that require warm-ups, body warm-ups, so that you don't pull a tendon if you're a dancer or wearing high heels or moving. Vocal warm-ups so that you sound great if you're singing live. A prayer, meditation, getting into your zone and your intention of what you're here to do, which is serve the people and leave them better off than when they showed up. You have a duty and get their money's worth, but also exceed expectation. And what's the message? We're going to do the hits and all of the things, but how are you changing someone's composition and enlightening their day or their thoughts and frequency? So a lot more goes into it, along with weeks of rehearsal sometimes and getting your lighting together, getting the tech aspect right, the sound, all of it plays a part into creating an experience and delivering that. So my favorite types of shows are when all of the bells and whistles are there or something really bare bones and intimate where you can literally reach out, touch, feel, communicate, and invite people on stage. You know, I'm very moved by music as a musician's daughter, and I'll just never forget my first concert ever, which was Sesame Street. But all of the things, and I'm a Broadway theater girl too, so I love theater for those reasons because there's a story and you feel amazing and electric when there's a production and people are giving and pouring out their gifts, but also you can tell that there's a bit of care and preciseness to convey what the experience is for people to receive in those environments. So there's so much more than showing up. But one day, I want to get to the point where I can just show up in a t-shirt, jeans, bare feet, a couple babies on stage that join me, at a stool
Yep.
and sing some amazing, powerful music.
Yeah. I hope that for you. And I mean, and you're so right with all the little things that people don't see that make it what it is. Because I have been to concerts where when the sound wasn't right or the mics or the lighting or something, it kind of just loses that and it's not as powerful as it should have been. So it's a lot of has to be.
Absolutely.
And I'm sure those sound guys and the tech guys are fired.
It just sometimes it's the venue.
It,
I went to
many
a
times it's the
Michael
venue.
Bublé in Albany, and the
Mhm.
venue just didn't do it. It wasn't the sound wasn't nice, the
Yeah.
acoustics, and it really ruined the show. I saw him in the Prudential Center, and it was oh my god, the same show but
Yeah.
amazing. So it really,
Acoustics
yeah,
are a big challenge in huge arenas and stadiums because you're literally singing over top of your last note because of the delay.
yeah, yeah. I can't.
And it's been a challenge, especially for national anthems, concerts that have live bands. There's so much going on. So, of course, the pros have to be there. And even when they're there, there are so many challenges on the tech side um, because of the delay or because of a specific configuration of the room that day where the stage actually resides. How many people are filling in the seats to absorb the sound? The mechanics and the science behind everything, my goodness.
Yeah. Like perfect chemistry how to find
Yeah.
the perfect.
Yeah, so much.
Have you performed at Mohegan Sun before?
I have not, and I'm so excited that I get to for the first time.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
beautiful venue. I've been
Mhm.
there and I've seen a band perform, and the sound in that venue was just amazing.
So they got it on. They got it on
They
Ah,
point.
got it on
it's
point.
Good.
relieving to
Yeah.
hear.
I mean, I couldn't see anything because I'm only 4 feet tall, but it was
The sound was
the
good.
sound was good. It was great. Um, and we cannot wait to see you at Mohegan Sun. I hope tickets are still available, and we'd love to meet you.
Absolutely. We're gonna definitely do a meet and greet.
Yes, that'd be
Amazing.
great.
One of my other favorite parts.
Yes.
And so success often comes with sacrifices. And looking back, what has been the biggest challenge, would you say, that people never saw behind the scenes?
I always start my day, but also life and complaints or assessments with gratitude. I am so privileged and blessed to be doing something that I number one love. Two, have full control of now. After weathering many storms, I think the challenges are there's not just one. Hoping that everything works like clockwork, from flights to bags making it, no weather delays or mechanical issues, and just waking up to see another day, especially in the world that we live in currently. Two, regarding business, there's a lot of holdups. It can take months to years for something to clear or someone to sign off. Um, there are a lot of legal challenges in the business. Obviously, budget is everything, especially when you're an independent artist or not, because there's a lot of funding and it all adds up. So, budgeting is a big thing, financial literacy and understanding that early on as much as possible so that you protect your art, but also your livelihood, as simple as it may be. Those are some of the behind the scenes challenges, but also, getting everyone on the same page to execute your vision. What is your vision? It's not everyone else's. And so leading with love, leading with joy and passion, and showing others your work ethic allows them to also level up when they see the artist working harder than everyone else around and showing up for yourself so that others may want to hop on your ship. The ship still has to move and you have to make it go before others even want to be involved, especially when, you know, budgets are not conducive
Yes.
all the time
Yeah.
Yeah.
because they're not all the time. That's just the reality of business. Um, and just making it happen with whatever it takes. So I think showing up and being the example is always a challenge because that requires you to be the first to wake up, the last to go to bed, if you even sleep. And that begins to have a domino effect on everyone that's around you. And then there becomes no excuses. And then we start to rise, and then the opportunities come. But as the leader of your group, you must lead properly by example.
Yeah.
And it
Yeah.
is a challenge.
Hard. It's hard.
And what is the difference between being on a label versus being independent? I never
Hmm.
understood that. Like, how does that work?
So, as a label, there are many different aspects of having a label, operating a label, owning a label, financing a label. And what a label is basically on a boutique level for me is just an imprint of where everything happens, the creation of the music, the scouting of the musicians or producers, the negotiations, the contracts, the legal, the publishing, the admin, all of the things, the mixing, the mastering, the artwork, the photo shoots, the video shoots, the promotion, the marketing, the PR, publicity, and investing in all of that by hustling. Hustling means getting your butt on the road or doing certain types of deals that offer an advance. I haven't accepted any advances. So I'm literally generating 100% of my funds by staying busy. The sacrifice from the outside looking in would be there's no time for a personal love life. There's no time for holidays and families sometimes, or birthdays, or even my own. I'm usually working on my birthday, but I'm not complaining about it because I'm doing what I love and investing in my vision and funding these amazing albums and songs that mean something, like Just Call My Name, that impact in a different way than when I was a teenager. With the marketability and the pop life and coming of age, and those are very surface level hits, and they were great, but there's something else calling me, and there's an assignment. So I'm very passionate about, first of all, leading the way in a road less traveled, figuring it out, because I really love music and the power of music and all the other things that come with offering opportunity, internships, and bringing local folks on the road that have never been out of the country or to another state, and really empowering your community, the artists of your area, and offering opportunities to the next, and being well equipped with knowledge from the legal aspect to whatever it is, copywriting, clearances, um, to own as an entrepreneur, which is empowerment, but also be in control of your legacy and what it is that truly represents the essence and spirit of you versus just marketability and product, you know,
Yeah.
which is great for the corporate world, and they can both merge and exist. But sometimes when you are in the system with a major label, there's a big budget, but you are just a product. You're not a human being.
Yeah.
So I think it's a bit important now for me to maintain my humanity, but also understand the business and be able to navigate in it on my timeline versus a deadline and a schedule when it's ripe, when it's ready
Yeah.
uh, to be served properly so that people can receive it at the highest capacity and be affected by it in a positive manner too.
And I think you also have the ability to be in control of every little aspect of your career and your music and everything that goes behind the scenes to making an album.
Yeah.
You don't have to listen to anyone.
That too. But also, when you have freedom, you're living on a playground
Yeah.
and you can literally reverse your age just by living in alignment. And I can tell you, when I was a teenager in my early 20s, like I was stressed out. I wasn't as happy. I wasn't as joyous. And yes, there are days of consecutive no sleep in the independent journey. Um, it's not fully about just maintaining control because I also don't know everything. It's I think being empowered to bring on people and cast or build a team and relationships and lean on others globally that have more expertise. Um, call producers that you may have chemistry with versus what a label may already have a deal with or politics with, and have to wait in line for a budget to open just to record something. You're literally in full control of your schedule, of your life, how you live, what the budget is doing,
Yeah.
where you're going to actually spend important things for the investment, and where you can cut back. You can make those critical decisions so that you always are in the know.
Yeah.
It's very important just for your own sanity, knowledge, awareness, and then empowerment. But it's fun. After you've mastered a lot of different skill sets, and you're in a safe zone, you can begin to truly live differently in your art and in your personal life, and then be that bright light for others.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, it's a great place to land.
And so going with that, you launched your career during, MTV, VH1, the CDs, radio was huge. Now, that drove the music industry. Now it's not like that, right? There's people aren't really buying CDs anymore. There's streaming, there's
Do they even
YouTube.
make CDs anymore? I
I
don't even
think they
know.
do.
I do.
Okay, so
As merch, I
yeah,
come from an era where we had cassette CDs
yeah,
and vinyl. So,
Yeah.
I'm always going to do a CD, always going to do vinyl from this point on because
good.
now they're more in demand.
Yes. I
Yeah,
love that. It's the best.
from our core group
Yeah.
as memorabilia, as something that you can touch and feel because we are in the streaming digital age, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So has that been a huge adjustment? Has that made things harder or easier, do you think, for anyone in the music industry right now to get their
I
album
think
to go?
both.
Okay.
I think both. I think when you're smart with your money, with your investment, you see a return or have other means of income. And it's just not reliant on record sales because, hey, you're only as great as what you put in. You're only going to get back what you put in. And sometimes it doesn't work like that in business. But I think when you're a touring artist and you're conducting meet and greets, people want something to walk away with, whether it's a t-shirt,
Yeah.
CD, vinyl, all of the things. And over time, you can sell out. There's also Amazon stores and Shopify, all the things digitally
Yeah.
that people have, print on demand access to as well. I think all of the things are great to empower artists and keep something going, but also serve your supporters. Um, I think the adjustment is always at play in a very, very, well, ever-changing business, not just for artists, but for labels too. The record stores are no longer, so there are no more signings at a record store, but there are certain pop-up shops or boutiques and different brand partners that you can pop up in, like a Sephora or an Ulta Beauty, and do a signing. And there are different ways that people or corporations and artists are figuring out how to serve and how to empower themselves or stay afloat.
Yeah.
Streaming is still being figured out. Literally, I just read the other day that you have to produce 1 million streams before you can make $4,000. And a song purchase is well over $4,000, right? Per
Yeah.
producer. Yeah, so, I mean, whether you recoup or not, it's dependent upon how much you spend and what your lifestyle is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even with us, it's very hard to keep us afloat.
It's hard out there. That's what I was
Yeah.
asking because I miss the days where my favorite artist would have a new album coming out and I'd run to FYE or the store and
Media Play. Do you
media
remember
play,
Media
yeah,
Play? Oh
see
my
the
God.
CD, and then you look in through the the little pamphlet with I miss that. It was just
Mm-hmm.
now everything is just so impersonal.
Saturated.
Yeah, it's like yeah, but
Mhm.
that's
The
the old
anticipation is
people
not
always say that.
there
Yeah. And a lot of
because,
artists don't do meet and greets or anything.
Yeah.
They won't even do interviews in person.
well, if it's on a show day, I'm sure that can be challenging because of all the rehearsals and the travel, and if they get there on time.
Hmm.
Yes.
That can be tough. So if the venue doesn't have a curfew where everyone has to leave so quickly,
Yeah.
I'm usually conducting all of my interviews and meet and greets uh, after the performance, unless we get there a day before, if that's, covered in our contract and the budget allows. So
Yeah.
there's so many things that don't allow us, unfortunately, to do interviews the day of show, especially
Yeah.
if we're traveling that day. Like, it's so
It's a
much.
lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot. I
It's
understand.
it is. It's crazy. I go to Bethel Woods a lot in Woodstock, and that's another place you have to go to and perform. And some days we're pulling in when the buses are pulling in
With the singer.
with the
Yeah.
singer and the artist, and they got to be on stage in 2 hours, but they were stuck in traffic, and
Yeah.
we're
Or
pulling in
probably
with
coming
them.
from another city if they're on a tour bus
Yeah.
Yeah,
with flat
exactly.
tires.
and it's crazy, and they have to delay the performance or the weather, and
Yeah.
so much goes
Oh,
into it,
yeah.
and you can't just run out on stage and perform. I mean, you can, but
Ooh, and I have
Yeah.
with flat tires, with canceled flights and weather conditions, mechanical issues with planes, and literally just making it to the venue 5 minutes late after my set time and running to the stage from the Sprinter van,
Oh my
doing my
goodness.
hair and makeup on the Sprinter van, sewing in my pack pouch on my shorts, like all of the things straight to the stage.
And that takes
It gets
talent in
wild.
itself.
Hey,
Yeah.
but
yeah.
you feel like a rock star afterward, right?
Yes. It's like an adrenaline, so it probably makes it even
It
more,
is
you
like I
know?
just did that. Yes, and
and
you
the
can
and the
get the
fans have no idea.
no, you got to make it look pretty and easy.
Yep.
Yeah. So, what advice would you give to young artists trying to build a lasting career in music and the entertainment industry, instead
Hmm.
of chasing overnight success? Because so many, I mean, when I was younger, I used to be like, I'm going to be famous overnight. And it's
Hmm.
like 20 years later, and we're well known, but we're
Hmm.
not famous. We're still trying to make it.
So what
You
advice
know,
would you give to them?
honestly, to each his own. I think everyone is an individual. Some want overnight success and fame, and they've dreamt of it since they were a little girl or a little boy, and that is okay. Some people don't want longevity to be doing this at 50, 60, 70, 80 years old,
Yeah.
and some do. For those that do want longevity, I would say identify your why. What is driving you? Fame is a very dangerous thing. It's also an illusion and it's not real. It's crafted by ego,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
And I think the one constant thing that will keep you in demand is making sure that people are the center of your creations. And that means removing your ego and becoming a servant, honestly, as you evolve. Obviously, have fun and enjoy the journey along the way, especially if you're starting in this game very young. For young artists, sometimes it does have to be all about you when you're first starting and enjoy the moment. But as you begin to mature and learn life lessons, the question must be, what are you offering people? Is it your vulnerability? Is it message, whether it's social, political stance, etc.? How are you making the world a better place?
Yeah.
Through raw, real rebel music or honesty, whatever it is, that's for you. And we all deserve and have space to coexist all together. There's not one right way. And I don't even think there's one wrong way, except for drugs and alcohol, which can take your life prematurely.
Hmm.
So staying healthy and staying aligned with good things, but also, not beating yourself up when the mistakes are made, asking for help, um, building a team. To do this solo may be a requirement sometimes, but I think stepping outside of fear, but also asking for help in those fears and doubts um, is very important too, to build a team that will believe in your vision, but also assist you along the way. And those team players may help, may change over time, but it does take a squad, you know, to stay in this thing. And evolution. Taking some time off and not chasing the illusion of fame is very important so that you do have an offering to give from some life experience or, you know, deep dives in personal self. And then allowing yourself to creatively play to figure it out, you know, with your craft. And you get better over time. I look at every performance as a rehearsal after the rehearsals, and there's something to learn from every stage and phase of your life. Yeah, and give yourself the grace to do so.
Yeah, and I would interviewing a lot of celebs and musicians, I've also learned that staying true to like the morals and your gut feelings too, because a lot of celebs that we have interviewed said that they got in with the wrong crowd. They were chasing that like overnight success with someone who maybe promised too much, but also went against their morals or their gut feeling, and then they made some bad decisions that hurt their career, or even if it hurt that, I mean, or if it helped their career, it hurt them personally, you know, and it
Mhm.
changed them. So I think that that also helps is to stay true to your morals, you know, and be
Absolutely.
careful.
Mhm.
And for protection,
Hmm.
getting aligned with a legal firm or team or lawyer.
Yes.
You can start looking at colleges if you can't necessarily afford, you know, a
Hmm.
very expensive entertainment lawyer. There are young people practicing entertainment law right now or studying it, and in internships at firms that you can lean on at lesser and lower rates to really protect your art and all of the things and the creation, the copyrights, the publishing, someone to guide you and hold your hand along the way to protect you as well from the many different aspects of what can
Hmm.
happen
Yes.
uh, to your art if it's not sealed with paperwork
Yep.
Mhm.
in the business of music.
Yeah. So, what can our fans expect from your performance at Mohegan Sun? What do you hope that they take away from the show?
Well, I am a performer and I love music, you know, every aspect of music. I know, of course, the expectation for the hit from the catalog is a given.
Yeah.
That's a no-brainer. I'm gonna be doing the hits from 1998 all the way until. And I also have an extensive independent catalog, so you'll get many different aspects of the grown Maya, the theatrical Maya, the dancer Maya, the vocalist Maya, the spiritual Maya, so that we have a ball, we have fun, we raise our vibration, but we also receive message. And I want everyone to feel like they came out to, of course, enjoy themselves with entertainment, but leave feeling high naturally and like they received something and take that with them. So, all the bells and whistles, my live band will be there, my dancers will be there. I love a production now.
Yes.
Little theater, you know? So I can't give away too much, but I am dedicating my August to doing this show. And I'm so excited to see you all
Yeah.
for those reasons.
Yes.
Are you doing Just Call My Name?
If that's a request, let me see if my band can learn it. I've taken a lot of special requests.
I'm
Hold
requesting it.
on. Ah! Are you scared to be on stage?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I get used to it. Just don't ask me
Okay.
to sing.
We'll see. We play a game. Those that have offered special requests, come join me and sing
Oh
it with
yeah,
me on
let's sing
stage.
it.
That'll be LaLa.
A little
Amazing.
older, so
LaLa actually is a singer. Um,
Amazing.
I
We love
haven't
it.
sang since I had kids. But yeah, when I was younger, I went with a little band around local town. But yeah, it was fun. I love being on the stage.
Right.
But yeah, no, it's awesome. I mean, we're so excited to see the show, and I was so happy that you said you're going to do some of your older hits because
Oh,
bringing it back
yeah.
to
We're going
like
to do all of them.
yeah,
Yes.
yes, we need to feel younger again.
yeah, yeah.
Hey.
And you look young. I can't believe it. Like you haven't aged. It's
No.
insane.
Oh, yes, I
You
have.
haven't
I
aged.
have. And I promote aging
I know.
because it means another day on this earth.
I
So
love
I'm proudly aging.
I love that.
And I don't claim not to be aging because many things have changed.
I know. I know. But I love that. I love artists that come out for women, for our little girls that say, "Hey, just it's beautiful to age. It's age naturally. Age, I love that, and it's a good message for our young
Yeah, I do not expect to fit in my 21-year-old body, nor do I want to, honestly.
girls.
Lauren has a 4-year-old daughter, and she used to say she needed makeup to be beautiful.
Just from watching stuff on TV, and so it's been hard to. At four
Yeah.
years old, it makes me upset. So I love hearing artists say like, no, be yourself, age, and
Oh, yeah. Embrace all of the things and the changes.
Yes.
Yeah. It's another day on earth. I am so grateful just for that.
yes. Well, thank you so much,
Yes,
Monica, for
thank
coming
you.
on the show, and we
Really.
loved hearing about the behind the scenes with you, and that's what we love our listeners to know. They get to learn a
Yeah.
little bit about what ticks and what goes on, and
Yeah.
It
you are,
doesn't just happen in the snap of a finger.
yeah, there's a lot.
Oh, no. Oh, and sometimes it has to.
Yeah, and make it
But
happen.
that means that you've rehearsed over and over and over again
Yes.
so that you're ready to just go at the drop of a dime. And that can also happen too. That's called being seasoned.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. And being prepared.
Years and decades of rehearsals and
Yeah.
performances.
Now,
So
are you currently doing rehearsals for the August 2nd performance?
the dancers have started rehearsals and the band starts rehearsals today. I've been doing all of behind the scenes logistics, but also editing the show myself, typing up all of the lyrics for the background vocals to learn, and learning new choreography virtually myself, and recording my backgrounds as well, so that we also have stacked backgrounds for the arena flavor that you'll hear underneath my live background vocalists. So I've been doing a lot of that in the studio where I am currently right now.
I was gonna say you look like you're in your studio.
Yeah, the next component is getting the wardrobe together so everyone's in sync, and
That'd be
the
fun.
costume changes and the things.
I love it.
Who comes
Yeah.
up with your costumes? Do you like design them and say like this
Yeah.
is what I want to wear or
Yeah. It works differently. So sometimes I have a stylist, sometimes I'll pre-order performance attire. Sometimes I'll have a seamstress or a designer that makes things custom, especially for tours where you're wearing things over and over and over again. And it has to be tour durable for sweat, but also durable so there are no tears and rips and all of the things that can happen if you're dancing on stage.
Yep.
But it works differently depending on the type of show, the length of the show, and the order of your sets and the acts within the show. What does that look like? What are you conveying? And I'm a sketch artist too. My mom is a
oh wow.
painter, she draws. My grandmother was a professional artist, so I know how to draw, and I've been doing it since I was a teenager. All of the outfits that I want to see come to life.
That's
I designed my very first music video outfit and sketched it out. So I really love, all of the aspects of production and
jack of
seeing
all
things come to
trades.
life. It's fun to me.
Right?
We know who to call when we become famous and have to go on
Okay.
stage.
I can design you a cute little outfit now.
That'd be awesome.
Everyone's famous.
I love that. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your own way, right?
And everyone's VIP, period.
Yes, very true. But thank you again so
Yes,
much. We
thank
love
you.
Yeah.
talking to you. It's been amazing, and we cannot wait to see you. And that is on in Mohegan Sun.
Yes, August 2nd, I think 7:30 at night.
And there's
Yep.
tickets still available that people can go on like Ticketmaster and order tickets, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Tickets are available on Ticketmaster, or you can go directly to the website that will direct you.
Okay.
Awesome.
Mhm.
Thank you so much, and we'll have to get on your meet and greet list.
Yeah, we have some goodies.
Thank
I'll
you,
see you,
Ryan.
ladies. I think you guys will be granted a VIP
Thank
pass.
you.
Thank you.
No problem.